So I just got home from watching the How to Train Your Dragon live action film, and I gotta say I was really really happy with it. They have added some new additions to the film. I think it's like 30 minutes longer. The movie was like 2 hours long, and I think the original was like an hour and 26 minutes. I don't remember like the complete like runtime of the first film, but I remember it being shorter compared to the live adaptation film, and that's all right. The new additions that I talked about, they were interesting, but I felt like if I took those new additions out, then I would still get the exact same film from the original, because I am so happy to say nothing is different from this movie, and that's okay. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Cause my god, beat by beat, it was the same. And I'm not complaining. I am happy. Most adaptations that I have heard have tried to make a new spin on the adaptation that they're trying to adapt, right? This is my very first film that I watched that is a live adaptation of something that I watched growing up. The How to Train Your Dragon franchise, I grew up with that. The first film, amazing. Second film, oh my god, breathtaking. Third film, emotional, heartbreaking, and absolutely a perfect end to the series. The villain for the third film, however, kind of weak, but either way, those trilogy, perfect. The series I watched, Riders of Berk, Defenders of Berk, Race to the Edge, everything. I've watched everything. I'm just gonna forget about the modern Dragon series that they announced or they released. I swear to God, that doesn't exist in my mind. That was a disaster. They even had like a Paw Patrol version of it. I'm like, no, that's alright, alright, okay. We are milking this dry now. But again, let me go back. The film was really good. I really, really loved it. It was basically the same thing from the original. And again, I'm not complaining. I never got to watch the first film in cinemas. And watching this right now, I just felt happy. I felt like a kid again in like 2010 or 2012, rewatching that first film every morning. Because I'm not gonna lie. When I was like, I think I was like at 6th grade, or was it what? I was like 5th grade. I would wake up at 5, watch How to Train Your Dragon, and end it, and then go to school. I would never stop watching that film. Even my parents were like, "You've been watching this. Aren't you bored of the movie?" I'm like, "Nah, I just love the film." And I kept rewatching it every day. Again, I'm getting sidetracked. I have to focus. Again, the film, it was amazing. The soundtrack, absolutely, it's How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack. It's gonna hit hard, and hit hard they did. I swear to God, there were 3 moments I was so terrified when I heard they were adapting the movie: Romantic Flight, Test Flight, and Forbidden Friendship. Those 3 moments where I was so terrified when they were happening on screen. Because those 3 moments were moments that really resonated with me. Because one, oh my god, that's such a good scene. The music elevated even harder. Like, it was amazing. And then seeing it getting adapted to like live action, I was just blown away. The actors and actresses as well who played the characters were really good. Gerald Butler reprising his role as Stoic. Absolute perfection. His role in every moment was really cool. Hiccup's role as well. It was literally Hiccup. The actor did an amazing job at like, bringing Hiccup to live adaptation. The same goes for Astrid, Fishlegs, Rough Nut, Tough Nut, Snotlout. Pretty much the same thing. Again, I also said that they have added new additions to the film, right? Like they added some new lore to Berk as well. With the Vikings of the previous past, they came to Berk because they wanted to get rid of the dragons. Like they added more context, right, as to why Berk is there. They also introduced characters that they never then get to shine later in the film, which I understand because they really wanted to be as faithful as they are already even adding new scenes. But adapted the film faithfully, 100%. There were no changes that literally affected the main storyline. There is one that I want to talk about, but it isn't that major. Again, they added like this character that killed the hideous Zippleback on her own. Like, that was cool. We get to see that the world isn't just focused on Stoic or Gobber, right? We get side characters like Snotlout getting his own side plot with his dad. We get Astrid being more aggressive. I want to keep that in a focus section about of that part. The twins are still the twins. Fishlegs is still the same dragon loving geek that he is in the films. Not much has changed. Astrid and Snotlout only got the additions that I talked about. Snotlout with the side quest with his dad, and then Astrid, who was more aggressive to Hiccup compared to her animated adaptation. Because in the original, Astrid was more chill. She wasn't really like aggressive every time Hiccup was breathing the same air she was, right? In the film, every time Hiccup was around her, she had a look of like privileged, or like she was mad, right? Because like Hiccup was being Hiccup, and then she like, is this a game to you, bro? Like, why are you here? You're a screw up, and then you mock everybody because you're privileged. You're the son of the chief. I had to work to get here, right? Like, they were trying to build up Astrid to to have more of a role, I guess. Because I think I get it. She was somewhat like this in the original, but again, Astrid never really was that aggressive to Hiccup until he started like showing off. Not really showing off. He started like popping off in the training montage, right? That was when Astrid started to feel like, oh my god, he's stealing my spotlight. So that made sense. And then as well, Astrid in the original also was cool. She was like, oh damn, she's ignoring him. Well, no, that isn't cool. I'm sorry, okay? I'm gonna admit it, okay? She was one of, like, my first crushes growing up. So you cannot blame me, okay? And then the second film introduced to her glow, and oh my god! Okay, I'm getting sidetracked again. So, where was I? So literally, Astrid was more aggressive in the live adaptation. But then it just doesn't work for me. They made her 2 times more aggressive. And then Romantic Flight happens, and then she's chill now. That doesn't even work for me even more, because they made her this character, right? Like, even I feel like even like children would get it that she hates Hiccup. But and then she switches like a snap when Romantic Flight happens, which again, beautiful scene. Everything was spot on. It was beat by beat. Perfection. I loved every second of it. The cast did an amazing job at bringing the characters to life. Hiccup, Stoic, Gobber as well. Astrid was an interesting choice. When I first learned that people were hating on the actress, right? Because her hair wasn't blonde, she wasn't like adapted faithfully. I was like, that's just wild. How just the smallest of things, right? People will go crazy for. Like, I get it, okay? I get it. I liked Astrid like her original, and I loved her original part as well. But I wouldn't really send hate threads to the actress. It's not her fault. And when I watched the film, all I saw on screen was Hiccup and Astrid. But when I was watching it, I just pretended to take out the scenes where Astrid was a little bit aggressive, and then I still got the same film I had when I was young. I'm like, why are people so caught up in small changes like this? I swear to God. And then when the film came out, she was literally Astrid. She literally brought Astrid to life. And I couldn't be more happier with that. I was satisfied with everything. The voice performance was great. The acting was amazing as well. There were some comedy moments that didn't hit. There were some that still hit though. And it was really, really good. The animation, it was really good. Toothless's design being kept as it is, perfect. I love though how they made the change for Hook Fang, right? Stormfly, the hideous Zippleback, Gronkles. I wasn't a fan of like Barf and Belch's like realistic design, like the hideous Zippleback, like the two dragons with two heads. Not the one dragon with two heads. I mean, I wasn't really a fan of the look. I mean, it looked like a terrible terror. The Natter looked cool. The Monstrous Nightmare looked cool. The Gronkle looked exactly what I would imagine a real life Gronkle to be like. Hook Fang was the more realistic one, like the Monstrous Nightmare, the one that turns itself into fire. That one was literally how I imagine like a Monstrous Nightmare would look real life. It was really cool. They really adapted everything well, from Toothless's mannerisms as well. It was really, really good. It is literally a faithful adaptation, and I couldn't be more happier with it. The soundtrack as well. I haven't talked about the soundtrack yet. So, I mentioned three moments, right? Romantic Flight, Test Flight, and Forbidden Friendship. The soundtracks are still the same, and I loved it. There were a few moments where they added a new tone, they added a new beat, but it's still the same. It's still the original. It just had some spice added into it. And here's the thing. While the movie was playing, I was humming to it. I couldn't help myself when I watched the film and then the score pumped up with the soundtracks that I have been listening for years and years. I just couldn't help myself but hum to it. I was like humming to every single moment where I'm like, oh my god, I feel like a kid again. Because I kid you not, I love this franchise a lot. And watching the film in a big screen, it really, really made me happy because I never got to do that with the trilogy. I watched this with my dad and I just felt really, really happy because, you know, I get to spend time with my father as well. Thank you very much if you're watching that. I love you. I was also surprised how there were moments as well where he still remembers the film. I don't know if that's just because I kept on rewatching the film almost like every day during my elementary days. And then he's like, when he glances over, it's like, oh, I remember this scene. Oh, yeah. He was like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember this character. I'm like, oh, damn. I must have rewatched this film like a million times for him to remember this scene or to remember a plot point. And I'm like, damn. I was like, oh, it was so nice. It was really, really fun. I had a fun time watching the live adaptation. It was really, really good. The fact that it's similar to the original as well really, really made me happy. I don't have any complaints whatsoever. I guess it's the Astrid parts that I really, really thought that I felt like they weren't necessary, to be honest. But I mean, I get it that they were trying to add something new here. Like, they're trying to add some new elements to the story as well, like, especially for Astrid's character. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Astrid in the second film, if it ever, like, gets an green lit, right? So, yeah, this was just me talking about the How to Train Your Dragon movie. I just really, really wanted to talk about it because, again, this movie has been my childhood. And it isn't just mine alone. I know a lot of you guys watching this video as well love the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. And this franchise is beautiful. And I just hope for the best that the second and third film, if they ever adapt those, will be the same as well. Like, I wouldn't mind some new additions as well. Like, they get to flesh out a little bit more of the characters. Oh, okay. One thing I want to say here. They also added few lines. Like, they mentioned the Skrill. They mentioned Valka. We also get to see other dragons than the ones that they literally talked about. I get to see like a Rumblehorn and a couple of dragons that was in like the second film dragons that appeared there, right? That was cool. I got to see different classes of dragons. Unlike the first film where we only got to see like the main dragons, like a Deadly Natter. We got to see the Monstrous Nightmares. Actually, we never got Terrible Terrors, if I remember correctly. We got Gronkles, we got, like, you know, the main one, the hideous Zipplebacks. But in the live adaptation, we got to see different other types of dragons as well, which I was really, really cool. I was literally that meme of, like, it's that guy, it's that guy. It's like, oh my god, that was cool. I swear to God, seeing the Rumblehorn on screen, I feel like I want to rewatch it just to see if I could spot any other dragons in the film. Because I kid you not, seeing the other dragons from like the future films, I was like, oh my god, it's so nice. I got to see these dragons before they get the spotlight. Stoic even hinted that, oh, I rode a dragon coming home. So they already hinted of Skull Crusher's existence, but then it also like ruins the continuity, right? Where before Skull Crusher, Stoic had a Thunder Drum. I'm like, But I also no. I feel like that dragon in the water as well that attacked the boats. I think that was a thunder drum, or it could be a Skuldron. I don't really know. I couldn't really see that clearly. It just had the spike things. It could have been a thunder drum. Like it would have been a nice callback to Tornado. I swear to God. I don't know. I was really happy. I was really happy with the film. The Red Death as well looked amazing. He looked humongous on screen, bro. Comparing Red Death to the original, he felt smaller, but I get that he was larger, right? But in the film, the live adaptation, he literally felt like, oh my god, he is huge. Seeing the Red Death on screen made me wonder how I would look at the Bewilderbeast if they ever adapt the second film, right? How huge would the Bewilderbeast be? Because if I remember correctly, the Bewilderbeast is bigger than the Red Death. I think that's what I'm trying to remember here. But I am just interested to see how they're going to adapt the Bewilderbeast on live. I don't know. Again, it was really, really good. I loved it. I loved every second of it. The movie was amazing. 100%. The music, good. Animation was good. The dragons were good. The voice acting, not voice acting, the acting performance from the cast was amazing. This movie was really good. I would give it a 9 out of 10. And if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. See ya!